Have you ever felt like you're playing a game where someone keeps changing the rules? You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You work hard, you save what you can, but the goalposts just keep moving further and further away. That's what it feels like for millions of people chasing the American dream today. It's a dream that was once about opportunity and upward mobility. The idea that with enough grit and determination, anyone could build a better life. But now, it feels like that dream is stuck behind a massive paywall. Let's talk about the big three: housing, education, and healthcare. These aren't luxuries. They're the foundational pillars of a stable, successful life. Yet for so many, accessing them without taking on a mountain of debt seems impossible. First, let's look at housing. Owning a home has always been the quintessential symbol of making it in America. It's about having a place to call your own, building equity, and putting down roots in a community. But look at the housing market today. Prices have soared to astronomical levels in many parts of the country. A few decades ago, it was common for a single-income family to be able to afford a decent home. Now, even with two incomes, many families are priced out completely. The median home price has skyrocketed, while wages have barely kept up. So, what happens? People are forced to rent, often paying more in rent than they would for a mortgage, but without building any equity. Or, if they are determined to buy, they have to take on massive mortgage that stretch their budgets to the breaking point. The 20% down payment, once a standard rule of thumb, is now an insurmountable hurdle for many young people and families. They end up with smaller down payments, which means higher monthly payments and private mortgage insurance, adding another layer of cost. It's a classic catch-22. You need money to make money, and you need a home to build wealth. But you can't afford the home in the first place. The dream of homeownership hasn't disappeared, but the entry fee has become prohibitively expensive. Next up, education. A college degree has long been sold as the golden ticket to a good job and a prosperous future. We were all told, go to college, get a good education, and you'll be set for life. And for a long time, that was largely true. Public universities were affordable, and a degree was a reliable pathway to the middle class. But what about now? The cost of tuition has exploded. We're talking about increases that are far beyond the rate of inflation. A 4-year degree from a public university can now cost tens of thousands of dollars, and a private one. We're talking hundreds of thousands. To cover these costs, students are taking on staggering amounts of debt. The national student loan debt is now over $1.7 trillion. That's trillion with a T. Young people are starting their careers not at zero, but deep in the red. They graduate with a diploma in one hand and a massive bill in the other. This debt affects everything. It delays major life milestones like buying a home, getting married, or even starting a family. It forces graduates to take the first job they can find, not necessarily the one that aligns with their passion or skills, just to start making those monthly payments. So the very tool that was supposed to unlock opportunity education has now become a financial anchor, weighing people down for decades. The promise of a better life through education is still there, but it comes with a hefty subscription fee, paid over 20 or 30 years. And finally, let's talk about healthcare. This one is perhaps the most frightening because it's tied directly to our well-being and survival. In the United States, our healthcare system is incredibly complex and expensive. The fear of a medical emergency isn't just about the health crisis itself. It's about the financial ruin that can follow. We have a system where your access to quality care is often directly tied to your job and the quality of your insurance plan. And even with insurance, the out-of-pocket costs, deductibles, co-pays, and uncovered expenses can be devastating. Think about it. People delay going to the doctor for a persistent cough because they worried about the bill. They ration insulin. They have to choose between paying for a necessary prescription and paying their rent. A single unexpected illness or accident can wipe out a lifetime of savings. Medical debt is one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in America. How can you pursue any dream when you're terrified of getting sick? A secure life requires a safety net, but for many, our healthcare system feels more like a tightrope walk without one. The basic human need for health and well-being has been turned into a commodity, another service behind a paywall that many can't afford. So when you put it all together, housing, education, and healthcare, you see a pattern. The core components of a stable, prosperous life are no longer widely accessible. They have become products available to those who can pay the high price of admission, often through debt. The American dream wasn't supposed to be a luxury item. It was supposed to be a promise that your starting point in life didn't have to be your ending point. It was about opportunity for everyone, not just the wealthy. This isn't just about numbers on a spreadsheet. It's about the real-life stress and anxiety that millions of people feel every single day. It's the feeling of being trapped on a hamster wheel, running faster and faster just to stay in the same place. It's the erosion of hope and the growing sense that the system is rigged. Now, this isn't a call for despair. It's a call for a conversation. We need to ask ourselves if this is the society we want to live in. Is this the dream we want to pass on to the next generation? A dream that comes with a lifetime of debt? Acknowledging the problem is the first step. We need to talk about creating more pathways to affordable housing, reining in the cost of education, and building a healthcare system that prioritizes people over profits. The American dream is a powerful idea, one worth fighting for. But to make it a reality again, we first have to tear down the paywall. What are your thoughts? Have you felt this squeeze? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about what we can do to make these essential parts of life accessible for everyone again. Thanks for watching, and if this conversation resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more. See you next time.